So this is the third anniversary weekend of Vin Scully, longtime announcer of the Dodgers, passing away, and it's always a tough weekend if you're a Dodger fan. I grew up listening to Vin on a transistor radio. I used to go out onto my porch and hang a wiffle ball by a string from the porch and listen to Vin Scully call the Dodger game, say the windup and the pitch. And I'd hit the wiffle ball and it would fly up onto the roof, roll down the slope of the roof and swing back to me on the string to try to hit it again. And that was my contest with myself with that little homemade pitching machine throughout a Dodger game. I would climb an apricot tree in my backyard and take my transistor radio and finish listening to the game while I got sick eating apricots. So he was a big part of my youth. And then, of course, speaking at Dodger Stadium now, as he passed away was difficult. But he led a storybook life and a storybook career. His career at Dodger Stadium ended on a walk-off home run by a first-year Dodger who hit his first home run of the year in extra innings to win the division, period. So it doesn't give any more storybook than that. But going all the way back to his youth, I mean, he knew he wanted to be an announcer when he was 8 years old, wrote a paper in school telling his teacher that he loved listening to the roar of the crowd. And then when he was in high school, him and a high school baseball teammate were in the back of an auditorium or gymnasium one day, and the teammate asked Vin what he wanted to do for a living, and Vin told him he wanted to be a Major League Baseball announcer. And his teammate said, well, I want to be a Major League player. Vin said, what are the odds that I would get a chance to announce one of your games someday? So Vin becomes Dodger backup announcer when he was 22 years old, scheduled to do one inning whenever the main announcer had to go to the bathroom. They were calling a game against the St. Louis Cardinals in Brooklyn, and the announcer had to go to the bathroom, so Vin stepped in. And who comes to the plate? Vin's high school teammate, Larry Miggins. What do you think Larry Miggins did with Vin on the mic? He hit his first career home run with Vin Scully on the microphone. 1 in a million opportunity. So Vin led a storybook life, and he helped tell those stories to everybody better than anybody in the history of baseball. So if you're trying to be like Vin Scully, be great.